Are you gearing up for a productive and profitable next quarter in your life and business? I've got you covered on this week's Instagram Live Summer Conversation. It's a solo chat where I share some of the strategies I'm implementing right now that I'm already starting to see pay off for what's to come in the next quarter. So have a listen, enjoy the rest of the season. Hi, welcome to the Connect with Sheila podcast. I'm an entrepreneur, self-care strategist, and creator of the Seasons Self-Care app. I'm committed to helping you reconnect to your purpose, elevate your well-being, and build your version of a happy, successful life. Welcome to this week's live summer conversation chat. I've been enjoying checking in with my guests, what they're working on, and how they're celebrating this season in their lives and businesses. So I thought I'd tap in on what's been lighting me up this season as well. And as I considered some of the things that I've been experiencing and what's to come, I realized that a lot goes on behind the scenes in my midst that I may not even be aware of, that comes to life seemingly out of nowhere. New collaborations, ways to serve, and plans on the horizon that I get to work towards. It's like a surprise day for me. And all of this has happened while I've been unplugged, while I've been traveling, while I've been enjoying incredible food and excursions with my loves, and especially in the quiet of my morning meditation time. So I'm going to run down a few things that have happened and really super briefly for you, because these summer conversations have been tailored to be very brief, to give you some nuggets of gold that you can take with you while you are hopefully getting more value out of your summer, being unplugged and not overloading on content. I really wanted to make sure that I could serve and support you in elevating your self-care, even with your listening. We can grow without huge amounts of content constantly coming our way. Sometimes it's the tiny little snippets that make all the difference. So a couple of things that have been happening for me is, as I was first planning my summer, and this was back in May, I guess, where I was really thinking about, okay, what do I want this to look like? And how do I want, for instance, the podcast to look? And what do I want my offerings to look like through the summer so that I can have a little more spaciousness? And so I can actually be there to serve clients in a way that they need during the season, for many of them that is wanting to be more spacious as well. And one of the things that happened is I opened up a few conversations with some people about wanting to be on a podcast tour and wanting to take my message outside of my own podcast, share some things that are happening for me. And as a result, some beautiful invitations came my way, and I've been on some podcasts. They'll be airing throughout the next month or two, and more are coming. And so that's something that kind of happened in the just in the midst of my life. It wasn't a super strong intention that I put out. It was an idea and a thought, and it started to grow. And then I started having a few conversations, and then people were sending people my way that I needed to be talking to. And I thought, well, isn't that interesting? That's the power of intention. Even if it's not something you're putting a huge amount of energy into, that intention, if you really feel it is aligned, the opportunities can come your way. But really the key is being aware and being attuned to those opportunities. Another thing that came through are actually several new programs that, from conversations with people I'm working with, really rose to the surface as to how I can best support people in some self-guided programs that are going to be coming into the Seasons Self-Care app as part of one of the memberships. And then also, of course, the pre-launch of the Seasons Collective, and making some beautiful change-making additions to help you thrive into your next phase of business. Some tangible ways to hold you accountable to your goals in a container that's supportive and that really has the whole idea behind it of making a difference without burning out. Also, so many, actually countless, technological deep dives have been happening this summer as I've been seeking to streamline many of my processes. Again, I put that intention out there, and boom, all of these ideas came to me, not just through emails, but through actual humans who really do beautiful work in the structure and support in various online businesses. So I'm learning from their expertise. They've offered to help. It's been beautiful. I'm telling you, there is such a gift in people working in their gifts. Too often we try to be amazing at everything and feel like we can do it all. And so often we can do it all, but are we doing it to the best of the ability that it can be done? And is it really giving us all that we need so we can be living and working in our zone of genius? I really think that we need to all work in that zone of genius as much as we can. And so here's the deal. What has happened over the last several weeks? Like, we did some traveling last month. We were in Portugal having a great time. I shared a little bit about that. And leading up to that time, I had automated a lot of things so that I could really completely unplug. And there's so many beautiful images and videos and thoughts that I want to share. And I'll be continually sharing those over time. I just haven't made the space yet to really put that out there. And only because I feel like there's so much value that you'll get from it. And, it's the beauty of when you step away from the ordinary, so many ideas land. And even just in a visual and a mantra and some kind of thought that lands, it can mean everything. Like, in the moment, it may not seem like a whole lot, but looking back, I see how there's so many things that can be helpful. And so I'll be sharing those over time. And so the strategy that comes with all of this that I was talking to when I started off this episode is, okay, so how did all this come to be? What were the steps? Did it just happen out of the blue? And you may look at my life and think, well, it must have just happened out of the blue, because some things I just don't plan and they happen. I mean, this podcast was not totally planned and then it happened. So it's very interesting. I think a lot of my life, and probably yours too, it's about being open to possibilities. And when you take a step in the direction of a possibility, other ideas and possibilities open up. But it's in the action, it's in the movement that really helps us create change in our life. Otherwise, we keep doing the same things over and over. And as I don't know who quoted this, but like we do all these things over and over and we expect a different result. I don't know why we do that, but we do. So we want to get a different result very often because we love to change and we love to grow as much as we love so much of our life. It's okay to want more. It's okay to want change. Change can be such an exciting thing, and I welcome you into it. So some of the strategies that have helped me, and they didn't start off intentionally, but they've really become intentional. And one of them, particularly this season, has been to unplug at regular times each day. I'm one of those people that I can get going and moving on a project or connecting with people, and I just go. And I don't stop. I just keep moving. I keep moving. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm toast. I need to go to bed. And so having the intention of unplugging at regular times each day helps me redirect, helps me realize, is what I'm doing the highest value of my time right now? Have I maxed out my capacity in one area? Do I need a refresh in my brain? Or frankly, do I just need to step away from whatever it is I'm doing, get a fresh perspective? Usually the answer is yes, after several hours of working on something. The next strategy is sitting in quiet a few times a day, even if only for a few minutes, to reconnect to yourself. I know I talk about that a lot. It's so easy not to do it though. We get onto this roll with our days, and before we know it, it's the end of the day and we're thinking, I don't know what I think about anything because I haven't had a moment to myself to really connect and think, what do I think about life? What do I think about what I'm doing? And so when you can sit in quiet, it's so helpful. And by quiet, I mean just no like direct music or inputs, but like I love sitting, listening to early morning bird song. It's like listening to the breeze blow through the trees. Like even as you imagine it, it just starts to make your heart beat a little slower. At nighttime, listening to the crickets getting busy. You know, I think it's a little louder at this season here in Ontario. And so it's really fun to tune into nature, to listen to the owls or whatever it is. And it also reminds you of really how we're all a part of this ecosystem together. It takes us out of our mind, out of our life for a moment to realize there's a bigger picture here, There's other creatures that we're sharing this space with. There's other humans around us who are living and breathing in this air that we're breathing. And so I love to make sure we do that. And why is that part of a strategy? Because when you get quiet, it puts things in perspective. And it can sometimes be the catalyst for me to say, this thing I've been struggling with, I'm just trying to push through, get done. Maybe I don't need to be doing it. Maybe it's not for me to do. Maybe now's not the time. Or the thing that I keep wanting to do and keep not putting time into is the thing that I need to be doing right now. It's in the quiet that I get the hit on whether or not that is the thing for me in this moment. So get in the quiet. Another strategy. Now you'll love this because it's not so esoteric. It's action-oriented. And I get these questions all the time. Well, how? What do I do? What do I need to do? How do I do this? I'm going to give you a how thing. Reach out via phone and voice text. Reach out via even SMS text, but voice is best. Ask people in your midst directly how you can help them. Okay, imagine that. So simple, something I used to do all the time back in the day prior to having all these other devices and social media and, just all of the different tech. When you reach out and ask what your clients, potential clients, people in your midst are planning for the coming season of business that they're in, it opens up a conversation. It shows you care. And I know you do care. You're listening to this podcast because you care about your life and you care about the people around you. You want to make a difference. You have big dreams, and those dreams aren't just for you to sit on a big pile of money. Like, those dreams involve other people and making an impact in the world. So when you're asking people how they're doing, not only, hey, how's it going? But what are your plans for the next season of your business? Like, what's happening? And not only that, not just what's happening, but ask them, how can you help? How can you get the word out about what they're doing? They may be in a sideline business. They may not be your direct competitors. They may be your quote unquote competitors. Who's a competition anyway to you? Because you are you, they are them. There is no competition. That's my view. I believe in collaboration. Okay. Like, here is the mantra. Collaboration is queen. It has been the way that I've elevated through all these different phases of business and all of these different offerings that I share by collaborating. I did not do it on my own. In fact, when I was doing it all by myself, A, it was no fun. B, it took me forever. C, I had no clarity really on what I was doing. So I was chasing my tail. Have you been there? Collaboration is queen. Tattoo it on your arm if you want. You're welcome. If the Barbie movie taught me anything, as cute as it was, and my friend dressed up I wore pink yoga pants. It was the only pink I had. My friend had a gorgeous pink dress. She always looks amazing. And she really did look like a Barbie because she's blonde. I was redheaded Barbie. She was blonde Barbie. I will say, from what I've seen online, from what I've seen in the movie, from what I've heard from girlfriends and colleagues worldwide, and what I saw walking into and out of the movies, women are starving for collaboration. I think everyone is, men and women alike. Okay. I will say women are talking about it more, maybe. I don't know. In my midst, perhaps the dudes are talking about it too. And I think that's awesome. We need each other. Going it alone is not fun. That's the old way. That's patriarchy's way of keeping us separate and other. And that is the way to create a lot of stress. And stress creates a lack of wellness, breakdown in relationships, financial challenges. Like, it's just not good. So let's collaborate. So I really invite you to do that. And I really want to hear what you end up doing and what happens as a result of you reaching out and asking, just out of the kindness of your heart, what's coming up for you in your season of business and how can I get the word out about it? Be a channel for collaboration. Ask how you can elevate someone's message and brand. Like, you can, even without asking them, you can leave reviews on Amazon for your favorite books. You can leave nice reviews and comments and lots of 5 stars on podcasts that you love. Wink, wink, wink. You can forward emails that you receive that you get value from. You can buy from and gift from brands whose voices that you want heard in the world. Let's elevate. Let's elevate what's important to us And let me tell you, when you do that, number one, it gets the focus off of you and your challenges and what you may be afraid of doing. It gets you into action. It causes creative juices to start flowing. And you know what? You don't do it to get anything back, but you automatically have that great feeling of helping somebody. And then I'm telling you, it just opens conversations and you never know where those conversations will go. So I highly recommend it. I just bank all of my business success on it. It's been about collaborating and connecting with people. That's why this is called the Connect podcast. It feels really good to lift others up, and it is one way that you can change the world. Thank you for listening. Those were my strategies. Use them. Tell me how they go. Please share this episode with a colleague or a business bestie if you found it valuable. And rate and review in Apple Podcasts to keep getting the word out. And also, let me know. DM me. Send me a message somehow. Let me know what you're up to so I can share it with my audience as well. I would love to know. And I also invite you to check out the Season Self-Care app at the link in the show notes to learn how you can make a difference in the world while growing your business without burning out, and also while lighting a path for those around you to thrive while you thrive. I'll see you next week on another Monday minisode and another Instagram Live summer conversation with one of my business besties. In the meantime, have a beautiful rest of your day. Big blessings.